If you'd like to see more of our videos, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMtrading. Today is February 27, 2020, and today is Thursday morning, so no major economic events scheduled for today, but the markets are continuing to reel, especially because of this coronavirus still spreading, and not sure if we're going to have an end to sight to this unfortunate event. Now, looking at the Forex symbols, the US dollar finally catches up to the euro, okay? Usually as the Dow tanks, the US dollar gains, but that hasn't forwarded, and finally yesterday we saw a catch up to that. Now looking at the Dow Jones, it continues to tumble. We're trading this morning at 26,500-ish level, but we're all watching the coronavirus story actually develop itself. Okay, now a couple of really scary events in the United States. There's been one person who's contracted the coronavirus who hasn't done any travel. Okay, so this is actually something that is looking more like a pandemic than something that's isolated just in China. Now looking at the commodities, gold steady, which I would have assumed that it would have gone back to its 1700-ish level. Okay, that could still wait, while oil continues to fall below $50, as the presumption is the consumption of oil is going to actually decrease because this virus is just going to run havoc on travel, shipments, etc. So oil continues to sell off. And lastly, looking at the stocks, yesterday was a mixed bag. Okay, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple all gained yesterday. Okay, despite the fact that the larger market actually sold off. But let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. Now we're jumping here into the euro. Now you guys remember that I've mentioned this quite some time, that we had this downwards trend. We went from 111-ish level to 108-ish level, okay, on the downside. Now we're bouncing back from that. Okay, now this is a nice little correctional move on the upside, and really very nice because this is trading above its moving average, using that as a support line and still breaking out higher. Okay, every time you had a pullback, even though it pulled back to its original level, it continued, you know, with higher highs, higher lows, and a nice little formation there. However, okay, we are getting to a point that we're capitulating here at 109.50-ish level, so that may be a turning point for this as it checks it out. Okay, now I would just also want to include the fact that we're almost about 50% from our decline. Okay, we almost have gone up 50%. That's usually an area where we sell off again. Okay, when something goes down, let's say 100%, then it bounces about 50%, then it goes back down. Okay, so right now we're actually at that level, so that may be actually something to develop and to look into as that develops later today. Now, and the other symbols pretty much, you know, hanging at their same levels. GBP USD not as strong yet, interestingly enough, as the euro, as that was bouncing, but the GBP is not bouncing. Okay, so a little bit of a mixed bag when it comes to the currencies. Now jumping in commodities, now we're looking here at a daily chart of gold as it's trading at 1645, but not breaking out higher. Okay, now it could still break out higher, absolutely. Okay, as this has, you know, really looking at a tighter range here between 1656-ish level on the top side and 1630-ish level on the bottom side. Okay, so that might actually frustrate later today if it does break one of these two parameters. Okay, but jumping into oil, and this is really the one that's been very interesting. We're at $48 a barrel. Now, for us to give us perspective of this, we have to go to a weekly chart, and you could see that we haven't been in these levels since December of 2018. Okay, so with that said, okay, if this does break this $47, it could go further down. Okay, so something to consider as that continues trading. Now looking at the Dow Jones, this morning we're getting a little bit of a perk, okay, above this 26,702. Now I do want to highlight the fact that we're right there at supportish level. Okay, this was a previous resistance level. Okay, and I'm timing it. Okay, really timing it, because this has really been several times. If we also look at a weekly chart, you'll see what I'm talking about, that this has been several parts of a previous resistance, okay, subsequent support. Okay, so this is really an important level for us to really hold and keep above, okay, if we want to, you know, make some sort of recovery here. Okay, and it's 3 times, it's actually 4 times, and then used it as a support previously. So this 26,700-ish level, which we're trading just about right now on, okay, is really an important place for us to actually bounce off of. Okay, so keep that in mind as that actually creates later today. Now, jumping into the stocks, okay, Apple yesterday was actually up on the day. Okay, if we look at Amazon, also didn't budge down further. Okay, actually up on the day as well. And if we look at Microsoft, also up on the day and forming somewhat of a wedge formation, which will include some sort of a breakout in either direction. So yes, are we still in a hazy market? Yes. Are we in a bear market? Not yet. Okay. Are we in a panicking market? Absolutely. Okay. So expect volatility, expect these extreme moves. Okay. But the items should have character to them. Okay. I know somebody who yesterday was trading the Dow and was making $3,000 to $5,000, okay, on just making just small trades, just from the choppiness of, going up and down, going up and down. Okay, so lots of opportunities right now in the market. Just keep your stop losses at a minimum, okay, and just play the trend. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish everybody a great trading day.